everyone. Welcome back to Deadly Premonition. We're standing out here in front of the post office, but you know what's across the street? Lunch. Lunch is what is across the street. We have some time to kill, even though we did, well, I guess we did just eat lunch at the A&G, but York is always up for second lunch. Lunch 2, The Revenge, the sequel to Lunch. It's, you know, what you call it is a regional thing. I think that we all have different names for second lunch.
Hello?
Thomas, have you ever eaten Emily's cooking?
What?
Hey, what exactly are you asking?
I was just wondering what you thought of her cooking, that's all. You know, perhaps an unbiased opinion of one who is himself a fantastic chef. So how about it? Have you eaten her cooking?
I have. Just once.
And how was it?
Well, that's not an easy question.
Honesty is the best policy.
How can I say this?
Cut it out, Agent York.
He's pleading the fifth. He has the right to remain silent. Don't try and force him to say something. He has the right to an attorney.
George, and what are you trying to say?
Anything I say may be used in a court of law. Let's just let the topic of Emily's cooking go, okay?
I can't do that, George. I want to know. I guess it's just my curiosity. So tell me, Thomas.
Well, for lack of a better word, let's just say it's Amazon-style cooking.
That was well said. I'm impressed.
Oh, you were lacking words, were you? Let's get back to work.
George cracking jokes is very out of character for him. I guess the subject of Emily's cooking is humorous to everyone. So we will not experience Emily's cooking unless we actually got into her house when she's at home and do her cutscenes, her side quests. If we did that, we would be able to experience Emily's cooking, which is represented by a trading card for industrial waste, as I believe what the trading card is called. That is what her cooking is compared to. And her side quests are about basically York giving her tips on cooking. I do like those side quests. They are good conversations. You get good prizes. Cutscenes are good, but they're just real hard to get into. I'm also not sure what Amazon-style cooking is. Though I guess these days Amazon-style cooking would just be ordering food off of Amazon. You could probably get like fully cooked meals off of Amazon, right? That probably is something that could happen. Carol, Nick, Olivia at the A&G. Here comes Quint. Need to get Nick to talk. Actually, since there's so many people there right now, why don't we have a chat with the people who are over at the A&G at the moment? You know, a neat thing is depending on where characters might be, they might have different dialogue. Like if we ask Quint what's he doing here, maybe he might have something to say about why he's at the A&G right now. Dunno. There he is. Quint's just... Okay, he hasn't gotten out of his car yet. He's parking. Hold on. No, he's leaving. He's leaving. Quint. Hello. Quint? I don't know if this is street legal, Quint. I don't know if you're just allowed to do this. I think you have to get special permissions to adjust your car like this. Okay, now he's getting out of here. I don't know. Well, actually, his path during the day, I think, involves getting food for Sally. So is he going to Sally's house? This is not important at all, of course. I'm just curious to see when Quint is on his path, what's he doing? He goes to the A&G, assuming he buys food there, because what else would he be doing there? He's going to drive off that direction. He's heading down that way. Where's he going? Is he stopping? He's stopping. Oh, he's stopping at the intersection because the NPC cars will actually follow the rules of the road, I guess. It's not like we have to do that as an FBI agent. Such rules are beneath us. Yeah, okay. He's pulling into Sally's house. Okay, so his path made him go to the A&G. He bought food, and now he's coming back to Sally's house to prepare lunch for her. So I mentioned... Don't know what's going on with that walking, Quint. So I mentioned that all the characters do have their own paths throughout the day. Their own routines. So Quint, I guess after leaving... Quint, you having problems getting in that door? How you doing? I can't seem to walk up there. Quint seems to be having problems. If we go in, will he come in the house through the other way? Oh, some Agent Honor. I missed this. So I guess his path makes him go to the A&G, buy food, brings it here, and feeds Sally lunch. Quint, are you going to be coming in? I know you're out there, Quint. There's Sally. She's waiting for her lunch, Quint. I know you're outside that door. I saw you.
Anna?
It'll be so much fun. Is Quint still having problems out there? Quint just has trouble figuring out where to go in all that neon green light outside, I guess. It's hard to see. Can blind you very easily. Is he in there now? Oh no, there... Quint, did you travel back in time? Because you already arrived. Or maybe I traveled back in time, to the point where Quint arrived at the house. Man, look at that. I don't know what's going on with him. Is there just something wrong with Quint in the director's cut? Like him specifically? No other NPC? Like there's just something off about his AI. Like, no one else's, just his. Because no one else has been having these kinds of problems, I don't think. Well, I don't know if we would just want to hang around here all day, watching Quint try to get inside. What else is there? There's Brian's house, nothing there. There's our house, nothing to do there. Nick, he's not home. We already had lunch with Tom. A&G, we don't need to go there yet. Galaxy of Terror, it's the daytime, so there's nothing there for us. The Ingram house, no one is there. Sigourney's... No, that's Lily. That's Lily. She's out on the road. There's the gas station. Wesley's there. He wouldn't be open. George is on the road. Emily is at her house. Why is Emily at home? The milk barn. Forrest Kaysen does have a side quest, and we know what that is. Okay, it's just general. There's Sigourney. Where's that bone? Where's the final bone? Because we should pick that up if we're gonna encounter Kaysen. The 7th bone. We need all 7 to get our proper reward. So I've already been around here. I've already been all around here and got the things. That's Harry's mansion. Yeah, we can't go up there. Well, I mean, I guess we could, but there would be like a limit to how far we could go. Harry doesn't want FBI agents being able to walk around his house all times of the day. It's like he said, you need the proper timing. If you know the proper timing, then you'll be able to talk to Harry, but it has to be proper. You can't just do it at any time. And of course, I guess the idea is Harry is saying that I could tell you what's going on, but you're probably not really going to believe it unless you experience certain things first. So I'm not going to tell you what's happening right now. You're just going to have to find out later. Because even if you knew what the situation was now, you probably wouldn't believe it, and you'd probably just think that I'm making things up. So, we're not going to talk about this right now. We're just going to talk about it later, after you've experienced what you need to experience in order to appreciate what's actually happening around here. Where's this bone? I've been looking around forever, and I'm not seeing the bone. Gotta find the bone. That's the graveyard, yeah. We already were there and got said bone. There's bone. The Tree of Anna. Okay. That's by the Forest Park. I missed that. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wasn't able to walk outside the crime scene when I was at the tree. So I was not able to go get that bone. They're the Ingrams. Well, they have a side quest. Maybe I should just hang out up there for right now. Forest Park. Oh, yeah, as far as Quint goes, I do want to talk to him in his trailer, in his RV, but he's not there right now, obviously. So that is not something that we are going to be doing. What we will be doing, I guess, is we will be driving up to the Forest Park. Gotta find my way. It's far away. Like, I'm really far away from it. So I would want to go drive along the railroad tracks, go down the tunnel. Let's see. Do I want to go? No, that's up here is to the lumber yard, the lumber mill. Yeah, okay. That's the way I want to go. Just getting my bearings, finding my directions as we figure out where it is we're going to go as we spend time before we have to go talk to Nick. All right. So that's what we're doing, I guess. While Quint just tries to figure things out. Tries to figure out how to open that door. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna. I could summon a DLC car, but we don't like the music to that, you know? It's a shame. Shame thing. A shame thing? Is that a word? I don't know. This is much better music. So what we want to do is we want to drive along those railroad tracks. Yeah, it's like, no, not that one. The map rotating, of course, has always sort of been a problem for me. Of figuring out, okay, I know where I want to go. Oh, wait, the map just rotated. Alright, yeah, I want to turn around, go up, and then some of that. Alright, away we go. We're driving. Gonna be driving for a little while, actually, considering how far away the Forest Park is. Now, we will be talking. Let me just make sure that I know where I'm going before we start talking, though. Well, that turn was pretty good. It was just I went into that pole. That turn was a little bit better. All right. Yeah, I want to... Who's that? It's Lily. Where's she going? Oh, she's probably driving to the milk barn or home. One of those. Yeah, gonna want to go up here, hang a left, then drive along those railroad tracks, and then we should be on our way. What do you got to say, York?
Zach, don't you think there are a lot of good-looking women in this town?
Beautiful women.
It's like heaven compared to the town we grew up in. Do you remember Liz? Prom queen? Elizabeth Scott Moore. She could be royalty with a name like that. But you know, she was like an actress from a B-movie, wasn't she? Bleached blonde hair, too much makeup, clothes showed off her cleavage, and that mole by her mouth.
Say, Zach, were you with me back then?
You know, that mole was made with makeup, right? We happened to be on the same bus once. I saw her drawing it on with makeup. I wasn't surprised, I guess. Just impressed that she would go that far to create that image. Do you remember that movie we went to go see that day? I'll give you a hint. It was the fourth in a popular series, and was produced by Menahem Golan's Canon Films.
Figured it out, Zach?
Think it over then. Call it your homework until next time.
I would figure that York and Zach would have been together by that time, considering how young they were when they first met, as we'll see later on in the game. What was the answer to to York's question? The fourth in a popular series by Canon Films. I actually don't remember what it was that they went to see. This tunnel, obviously, is not in service anymore. What with all the rocks and the boulders in the way, it's rather unsafe. Should probably have, a barricade up preventing people from driving down here. But it's good that they don't, because we can use it as a shortcut. Let's see. I think that we want to go up here. And this is going to take us up to the Forest Park. Fourth in a popular series. What would they have been watching at that time? Uh-oh, we have achieved Stinky Agent. Since I have been changing DLC suits, but of course, for the game, the DLC suits all count as one suit.
To recap, the movie was the fourth sequel in a series that started in 1978.
That's right, Zach. It was Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Lex Luthor was back. It was played by Gene Hackman. That alone made it a must for all us fans. I don't remember much more about it, though. I'm sure there was more trivia about it. Still, forget 4. Richard Donner directing 1 and 2. Now those two were great movies. And Christopher Reeve really shined as Superman.
Actually, Zach, I've got a confession to make.
Promise not to tell anyone because I'd be really embarrassed. I actually like the first 2 Superman movies more than the first 2 Star Wars movies. I think John Williams did a better job with the theme song for Superman. But whenever I try to hum it, it always turns into the Star Wars song somewhere along the way.
I know it's strange, Zach. I know. So, Zach, which Richard Donner film do you like the best?
No need to hurry. Take some time and think it over.
I can't seem to drive into the crime scene. I guess we're gonna have to walk. York not remembering a whole lot about Superman 4. I don't know how that's possible. It's a very memorable movie. How could you forget about Nuclear Man? The supervillain who represented all of our fears about nuclear annihilation. We're all afraid of being killed by nukes. Here is this supervillain who is going to represent the idea that maybe we're all going to die. A human bone? And I believe his voice was Gene Hackman's voice, but ran through processing, very deep and very echoey. And the idea was, I think that was because Nuclear Man had Gene Hackman's, Lex Luthor's DNA, because he had a whole bunch of people's DNAs, including Superman. Remember Gene Hackman getting Superman's DNA by cutting a strand of his hair, which was on display in a museum. It was like holding up, was it holding up like a barbell? Something like that? Hold on, there's like a card around here. Well, I don't know if I can get it from here. I might have to go into the crime scene to get it. Like, Superman's hair was holding up a barbell, then Lex Luthor and his nephew broke into the museum and then cut the hair, which you would think is impossible. You would think it would not be possible to cut that strand of hair, but he did it. And then he used that to get Superman's DNA, and because he got the DNA, that meant... Oh, hold on. Did I walk around the entrance? Well, this is the exit right here. Because he cut that strand of hair, that meant he had the DNA and that he would be able to make his own superpowered supervillain. And then, of course, the DNA cocktail was put into this suitcase and thrown with a whole bunch of nukes into the sun, which birthed Nuclear Man. And then Superman killed Nuclear Man by dropping him into, a nuclear power plant. And then that caused a surge of power as his body was transformed into energy, I guess? Look, I don't know. I'm not saying that I can understand the science behind Superman 4, though I am sure. Oh, here's an infinite pickles spot. You want pickles, they will infinitely spawn here. I'm not saying I understand the science behind Superman 4, but I am sure that it is all based in reasonable science and realistic science. There's nothing made up about that. You could definitely create a nuclear-powered supervillain the same way that Gene Hackman did it. All right. Her trading card was hidden by her murder site. That seems a bit grisly. I don't think there's anything else here for us. Though if we came here during a certain period of time, we could find Carol hanging out here, being sad. But she is not here now. Superman 4 doesn't really hold up over time, though when I was a little kid I enjoyed it. I liked it more than Superman 3 because, you know, Superman 3 didn't really have a supervillain. The villain was like a rich businessman, and there was that big supercomputer at the end. But, you know, Superman 4 had an actual supervillain. He had Nuclear Man, who was a match for Superman in terms of power. So, you know, that was cool. It's just that when you watch it now, you realize, oh, this is actually kind of terrible. But if you were a small child, hey, you probably enjoyed it. There's a card up there. I guess we should go get that card. Anyway, I have the final bone. This means I can approach Kaysen and Willie without hesitation, because now when they take the bone... Actually, I don't need to drive up there, do I? I can just take those stairs, that's right. When I approach Kaysen and Willie, that does mean that I will be able to get the real prize from this whole bone quest. Well, I mean, there are two prizes. You first get the one prize from Willie and Kaysen, and then the second prize you get from Brian at the graveyard. I guess that's something that we could do while we're spending time before talking to Nick. Why is Mike's trading card up here? Doesn't seem like it has anything to do with him. Oh, right, you can't... This actually has binoculars, doesn't it, up here? It's like you can actually look out on the town. Am I remembering that right? Yeah, I can peek. I'm peeking. Yeah, look anywhere I want. What's happening at the Deer Yard Hotel? Again, I mentioned that I wondered if peeking through windows and such was going to have a bigger part in the game. This is another thing that makes me wonder about that. Because since you can just go up here to this lookout and look out at what's going on around the town. There's really no reason to do it, but I wonder if, like, the idea was that maybe, you know, at 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe, like, two people would have a rendezvous at the White Spruce Farm, and you couldn't get close to them, but if you went up here, you could check out what's happening at the farm. You could see who was meeting, you know? Something like that. I don't know if that's what they ever intended to do, but the presence of these binoculars up here makes me wonder about that. There doesn't seem to be a purpose for them, but they're here. And why is that? And again, I just wonder if maybe the detective bits of Deadly Premonition were going to be maybe more prominent than they ended up being in the final game. I don't think I need to drive any more up here. I think I can just turn around. And I think, do I want to go back to Jim Green's house? Yeah, the Ingrams are there. We can just head over there. Go talk to them. That's not what I wanted to do. Whoop. That's all. It's none of that is what I wanted to do. Let's go pay a visit, even though Jim Green hates us around. Thinks we're a corrupting influence on these children. He might be right. Hey, Jim, got something wrong with your hat? It's like kind of shaking. Oh, well. Well, I guess we'll respect his wishes. We can't observe it. It's just there. Ah, that's the kids' rooms. Look, they have Jim. They have side quests in there. Why can't we go in and talk to them, Jim? I guess this is Jim's bedroom. We could sleep in his bed. I mean, he's not going to complain because what? We're the FBI. What's he going to say? Ah, so I guess that's the back door. Well, I guess we're not going to be able to talk to the twins and get their side quests. Even though they're right there, and we can see that they have side quests available. But we're not going to do it. Can we, like, go peeking? Like, there's the window to the front of the house. There's only 2 windows that we can peek through, it seems. Yep, there's Jim. Nothing really happening. And this window would just be the one by Jim. So I guess there's nothing that we're doing here right now. Okay. I guess maybe we'll talk to the twins at another time, maybe. Alright, let's head on back. Well, since we have the bones, we could just go talk to Kaysen right now. And then after we talk to Kaysen, we could go talk to Brian. These are things we can do.
I went to see every Richard Donner movie on the day they premiered. Every single one. Goonies, Lost Boys, the Lethal Weapon series, but my favorite has to be Lady Hawk. That was back in 1985. The same year as Goonies. Both Rutger Hauer and Michelle Pfeiffer really shine in that one. But more than anything, it's the story setting that was really good. A love story about a cursed knight that changes into a wolf at night, and a cursed maiden that changes into a hawk during the day.
Very romantic. Don't you think so, Zach?
They can only be together at dusk, right between day and night. Together as humans for only a brief moment. Perfect setting for a fantasy movie.
I just had a thought, Zach.
I really like those movies that have women changing into animals. Can you tell which movie I just remembered?
That's right, Zach. With Nastasia Kinski in the lead role.
Now, that was a fantastic movie. But I better concentrate on driving. We'll finish this later.
Zach, did I ever tell you about how much I love women that transform into animals? Let me tell you about my favorite Tumblr tags, Zach. We don't have time to go searching right now, but maybe back at the police station we can get on one of their computers. I'm sure they have an internet connection here. We just went by the graveyard. I think that we can talk to Brian right now about the bones, but if we did, then we wouldn't be able to talk to Kaysen. So that is one side quest that is possible to just miss entirely. And we don't want to do that, of course. What's around here? Well, there's the general. I guess we might as well drive by and say hi to him while we're here. Well, I mean, not hit a tree. That's not what I meant. I didn't want to hit a tree, but I guess that is something that we just did. It's something that we've done quite a bit, honestly. A lot of tree hitting. I kind of bounced off those cars. Alright, General is now open for business. This junkyard would have been locked if we came here before the town hall. Well, actually, no. I don't know if it would have been locked, but he wouldn't have been here anyway. That's right, we come here for that, but he never tells us about it. He just makes war analogies. Right, so these quests are about upgrading our cars. We can shop. We can buy cars. And I guess more cars become available as time goes on, if I remember right. But he does have a side quest available.
Now then, young fella, how do you feel about your current vehicle?
My vehicle? It's a piece of crap, but I'm not here to talk about that.
Then how about a little treasure hunt? Listen up, young man. My junkyard is actually a mountain of treasure. All kinds of treasure lies in those mountains of junk. The problem is, there's so many, I've lost track of where everything is. You've caught on already. I can see it in your eyes. I need you to head out in the yard and find certain things for me. If you help me out, I'll customize your car a little.
What are you talking about?
Didn't I tell you to shut up and listen to your superiors? Now, will you do it or not?
I don't see any reason to refuse.
Well said. First, I'll need some low gear parts. With that, I'll be able to boost the engine of your car. You'll find one around E5. Go! Don't just stand there, get going!
I mean, we push around boxes in the storeroom of a convenience store. I don't think this is beneath us. E5 is what we're looking for. E5, son, you wouldn't recognize the treasure in this junkyard if you were, I don't know where I'm going with that analogy, son, but I'm a military man. I'm doing my military things. I'm sitting around here. Oh, out of ammo. Where else is a man gonna go after war but home? I could tell you about the raincoat killer, but you're Russian. Before I tell you about that, you have to find the parts for your car in my junkyard. My treasure yard. It's made of treasure. Now, what are you doing? Why are you so lost, son? Haven't you? You damn kids these days don't even know where to go in the junkyard to find your low gear parts. Yeah, in my day. Yeah, you wouldn't have lasted in my day, son. Damn kids. You don't know what it means to have it hard. You don't know what it means to work for a terrorist organization and then get defeated by some, like, these teenagers or something, like wearing these, like, gray suits. They call themselves Phantom or something. I don't know. I thought I was doing a good job being the, terrorist leader, and then they came in and defeated me, so I guess I'm just gonna hang out here in Greenvale. That's the canon story, son. I didn't die in spy fiction. Even it might have looked like I did, but I realized the error of my ways. I mean, I was thinking that might makes right, but when you lose to like, I don't know, teenagers in swimsuits, what do you even say about that, son? I mean, they call them like stealth suits or whatever. You got me, but they looked like they were just wearing like these skin-tight costumes. I don't know. When you lose to people like that, what do you say? I'm grizzled and old. I don't understand the kids today. Son, I don't need your skull. I took plenty of those in the war.
This is it. This will save your life someday, son.
You sure know how to exaggerate.
You imbecile. Engine boost is vital for bringing back soldiers alive from war.
Engine boost.
Of course. Engine boost is the basis of everything. Let me tell you a war story, son. I was leading my unit at the very front line. Things were bad, and sanitary conditions were worse. Endless guerrilla attacks were stripping us of our manpower. Everyone was tired to their limits. There was one sergeant who really rubbed me the wrong way. The boys like to call him Crybaby Timothy. He really gave me headaches, I can tell you.
How?
Just by breathing. His posture was bad. He was weak, slow, easily distracted. I have no idea who thought he was capable of combat in a war zone. He endangered the lives of every member of the unit. Stomach pains. The worst stomach ache ever. Every one of us. It was just cooking. He was using food that was contaminated. I flew into the dugout toilet like an Apache chopper returning to base. I have to tell you, it was a close call. My engine was boosting. And that's what got me there safely, right in the nick of time.
What happened to the unit?
You really want to know? It was a terrible sight. Powerful, athletic men reduced to walking dead, blinking like crazy, shaking with pain. Their confidence and self-esteem were all crushed. They almost didn't recover.
An interesting story.
So you see the need for engine boost now, do you? I'll keep my side of the promise and get to work on your vehicle.
That badge on him is for a sergeant. Looks like it was sewn on something else before it was sewn onto his shirt. I wonder what that's all about.
I put in longer pistons and optimized your lower gears. That should add boost to your speed when you accelerate. But there's still plenty of stuff I can do to make your car go faster. Just come see me again and I'll customize your car a little more.
Son, don't you understand that when you have to go to the bathroom, you need to be able to boost as much as possible? That's why you had to find the parts in the junkyard. Ah, damn kids. They don't understand anything these days. Don't even understand how important it is to be able to get to the bathroom as fast as possible. You never know when you're gonna be poisoned through food contamination. So that's the general. He's just going to be like that. So probably what we should do next, well, for right now, I think what I'm probably going to do is just save at the milk barn up here. We'll talk later on. Don't want to waste the conversation right now. We'll just save right here. And Kaysen is here, so I think that next time what we're going to do, we're going to go in there, we're going to get our bones stole. We're going to get the bones back along with our weapon. Then we're going to go see Brian, deposit these bones, visit his house. That's probably what we're going to be doing next time. At some point, I am hoping that at some point during this day, that, what am I looking at? What am I looking at here, soldier? I do hope that at some point, Quint will go back home. I don't know if he will. I'm hoping he will, because I would like to get that done before, it's too late. But I don't know if that'll happen. We'll find out next time on Deadly Premonition, the Director's Cut, when we go talk. Well, first we're going to go talk to Kaysen. Then we'll see what happens from there as we waste time until 21 o'clock. I'll see you next time.